Hi everyone, I am Jamie Palmer, online business strategist and simplifier for driven entrepreneurs, course creators, and service providers who want to build and scale their online business. I'm the creator of the Business Ecosystem Builders program for entrepreneurs who want to simply and easily build their online business while creating more freedom in their lives. Today, I'm going to share with you my human framework. And this is all about getting to know your ideal client or your avatar. Now, this is going to be a video where we dig a bit deeper than the traditional demographics, age, sex, location, homeowner, and where they shop. So stay tuned because I'm going to share with you my human framework. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're an entrepreneur who wants more marketing and business tips for growing and scaling your online business, be sure to hit that subscribe button and you will get notified each and every Tuesday when we put out new videos. So after working for years behind the scenes with some of the biggest names in the online industry, I noticed a pattern. The pattern was the people who would build a seven-figure business or who would have crazy successful launches would have great clarity around who their ideal client is. And I'm not just talking like where they shop or what they like to do or the books that they read. I'm talking about knowing their deepest inner fears and motivations and the things that keep them up at night. So today, I'm going to take you behind the scenes to my framework on how to identify your human. I watched as some clients would soar and others would flounder. The difference? The clients who would soar would know with great specificity who their human was. They would understand their psychology, their mindset, their motivations, and their fears. So today, I'm going to share with you the human framework to better understand and get clarity around your ideal client. Now, the human framework is an acronym for getting clarity around your ideal client. So we're going to start with the letter H. How are they showing up online and where and what ecosystems do they hang out in? That is the letter H. So where are they? What are they doing? How are they showing up online? Are they somebody who binges on Instagram stories, or are they more of a content consumer that's a bit more passive who's listening to podcast videos? Or are they someone who is obsessed with YouTube? Understand how your ideal client is showing up online and what ecosystems they are hanging out with. That is essential for you to have success because you want to make sure you have a match with where you're hanging out and where your ideal client is hanging out with you. Understand where they are with respect to getting what they want. Let's face it, we all have goals, desires, and motivations that we want to achieve. But to truly understand your ideal client, you have to understand what it is that they want to achieve, okay? And this is something that so many people just kind of gloss over and they don't get really specific about. And for me, this is a piece where when you can understand what motivates your client and what they want to achieve in their life, in their business, with their family, the kind of person that they want to be, you will have so much insight into the psychology and underpinnings of how their brain works. And you'll be able to speak their language with so much more ease that they'll be running to you saying, James, how did you get inside my head? And ultimately, that's what you want to do and understand. And that's the level of understanding that you want to have when it comes to your human. M is for mindset. What is their mindset? What are their fears? What are their motivations? Okay, this is really important to do. So perhaps you might have to interview people if you haven't really worked with any of your ideal clients. However, for many of my clients, they've been working one-on-one with clients for quite some time. And now they're ready to go to a course or a membership or a program model. So they have an understanding of those things. Now, I'm just not talking about the fears that they actually articulate. It's the fears that they hold inside themselves. It's the things that keep them up at night. It's the things that they worry about achieving. It's the things that they want in terms of of success and failure and all of the different things that come along the way. And so you really want to understand what is their mindset? Where is their brain at? Because someone whose brain is constantly in worry and overwhelm is a completely different way in which you need to speak to them than somebody who has a growth mindset and is constantly trying to figure out new things. So that mindset piece is really important to understand, especially when it comes to the marketing language that you're going to use. I'd love for you to tell me in the comments who your ideal client is and a bit about where their mindset is. The next letter is A for assets. This is what everybody always talks about when it comes to identifying your ideal client. Yes, it's important to know, do they own a house? Do they have kids? Are they married? Are they single? How old are they? Where do they shop? What things do they like to buy? What things don't they like to buy? What have they tried? Like, it's really important to understand those. So be sure to do your research and understand that, and understand the types of places that they like to shop, and understand the places where they don't like to shop, and tie those things into who they are as a person and their core values. So understanding their assets and tie that to who they are as a human being, which we've done a little bit of that research when it comes to the first 3 parts of this exercise and framework. And then the N in human is what is happening now? What is holding them back from achieving what they want to achieve? What do they believe about the problem that they are trying to solve? What are their biggest challenges? What have they done to try and resolve this problem, and where are they in that journey? And digging deep in this spot and what the problem is that they believe that they have, what solutions that they've tried, what they've tried and failed, what they've tried and succeeded at, like understanding all of those little micro details along the way is going to make a massive difference when it comes to actually being able to get into their brain and getting them to think like, how did she know I was thinking that? Oftentimes, for many of us, our ideal client or our human is just us a few steps behind where we are today. So it's a good time to always kind of look back and think about where you were a year, 2 or 3 years ago, to try and understand some of the mindset, some of the motivations, fears, and the things that are happening now in their world. If you haven't already, get on the wait list for my new program, The Foundation, where we are talking all about how to dig deep and establish the essential pieces that you need in your business to succeed online. We're going to talk everything about planning, prioritizing, packaging, pricing, profiting, and getting a really solid plan in place so that you can quickly and rapidly grow and scale your business by focusing on one signature program. So head on over to thefoundation.systems to get access to the waitlist. And I'm going to do some things where I roll out early bird specials for people who are on the waitlist. So there's going to be early bird stuff, there's going to be bonus items. So I highly recommend that you head on over to thefoundation.systems. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this content, you can show me that you love this content by liking the video, commenting below, and sharing with your friends. So thank you so much for tuning in. I super appreciate you, and have a fantastic day.